How's it going, everyone? I've decided to keep up with the theme of my last couple of videos by ranking more unique units. This time, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. As you can tell by the title, I'll be breaking down what I think are the best non-castle unique units. First, I want to lay down some housekeeping notes. What I mean by a non-castle unique unit is it must be 1. A unit that only one civilization gets, or teammates can get through a team bonus. 2. Is not an upgrade to an already existing unit, for example the Hoofnies. And 3. Does not replace another unit with something unique, for example the Savar or Winged Hussars. I additionally will not be talking about dock unique units. Leave a like if you'd like to see that video next or sometime in the future. So in the end, after that criteria, that leaves us with 6 units. The Armenians Warrior Priest, the Berbers Genitor, the Gurjars Shrivamsha Rider, the Incans Slinger, the Italians Condottiero, and the Spanish Missionary. For this video, I'll rank what I think are the top 3 based on their viability in a standard rank match. And as always, I've also chosen one honorable mention. Now that all that's taken care of, let's get into it. At number 3, we have the Armenians Warrior Priest. Since this unit is new from the Mountain Royals DLC, let me give a brief explanation as to what it does. The Warrior Priest can be created from the Armenian Fortified Church, which is essentially a monastery starting in the Castle Age. The Warrior Priest is a military unit that can collect relics at a cost of 30 food and 60 gold. One downside to be considered a monk is that the Warrior Priest takes additional bonus damage from units traditionally known to counter monks, like the Scout line. Finally, I think a great comparison is the Militia line out of the barracks. For example, it shares pretty similar stats to the Armenian Champion once you reach Imperial Age. What makes this unit unique is that it's both a monk and military unit, therefore it benefits from getting upgrades from the monastery, blacksmith, and barracks. With this comes some pretty high added costs compared to the standard militia line, who only have to worry about upgrades from the barracks itself and the blacksmith. At the monastery, the Warrior Priest benefits from fervor and sanctity. These aren't upgrades you want to ignore, however, because it makes them faster and have significantly more health compared to the militia line cousins. With this taken into account, it should be clear that Warrior Priests are statistically superior to the standard monk unit too. In fact, the only benefit to going for monks in Castle Age is if you, for whatever reason, need to get a higher benefit from healing due to the monk's faster healing rate. Warrior Priests don't have the ability to convert enemy units, because if that was the case, they would be completely overpowered. So still, there is a use for monks in the general military composition for the Armenians. However, a lot of times you'll still be seeing Warrior Priests whenever you want to go for early relics in Castle Age. But even that changes with the Ferritor upgrade in Imperial Age, which gives infantry, including the Warrior Priest, plus 30 HP, and it also gives the Warrior Priests plus 100% healing speed, which makes them faster healing than a standard monk at this point as well. After breaking down these stats in comparison to the Armenian militia line, considering how quickly they can zoom around the map to collect relics, and then turn around and heal fellow units when not currently engaged in combat, it's a no-brainer why these holy men can make it into the top 3. For number 2, we have the Italian Condottiero. This unit has the unique ability of being available to any Italian allies during team games as well. The Condottiero, similar to the Warrior Priest, can easily be compared to the militia line, specifically champions. You'll only ever see Condottiero in the late game since it's first available starting at the barracks in the Imperial Age. For no upgrade costs, this is immediately enticing for players who need infantry to counter something but had not yet upgraded their militia line to do so. Additionally, the Condottiero acts as a great replacement for allies when their civilization lacks the champion altogether. The Condottiero has resistance to gunpowder attacks, while also dealing an additional 10 damage to gunpowder units. This advantage against Imperial Age military compositions, coupled with comparable stats to the champion, makes it very strong and one you see quite often when games go to late Imperial Age. If you couple this with the added benefit of being available for teammates, it opens the door for some really funky combinations. This is by no means an exhaustive list, but let's just lay out a few, or not even really a few, I've got maybe like 10 on here. First, Malians get plus 3 pierce armor, Japanese have plus 33% attack speed, Teutons get plus 2 melee armor, Burmese get plus 3 attack, Incas get minus 25% food cost, Celts have their 15% movement speed bonus. Vikings with the Chieftains upgrade do bonus damage to cavalry. Aztecs benefit from the Garland Wars, which is the +4 attack upgrade. Dravidians have the Wootz Steel upgrade, which allows Condottieros on their team to ignore armor on their attacks. Slavs have Druzina, which gives them trample damage. Goths have cheaper infantry and barracks production speed team bonus, along with the Perfusion upgrade, which allows them to be created 100% faster. As you can tell, there's a ton of opportunities for you to create a really overpowered team with the Italians Condottiero unit. Now time for the honorable mention. But first, I want to thank you guys for stopping by to watch the video. If you've enjoyed it so far, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Thanks guys. The honorable mention is the Incan Slinger. I can't tell you how many times this unit has come in clutch for me in a ranked match, when I'm fully teched into Arbalesters and Eagle Warriors, and my opponent switched to flooding some sort of infantry unit. The Slinger is a ranged anti-infantry unit. It has +10 bonus damage to infantry, making it exceptional at dealing with units that would typically give Eagles and Arbalesters issues, for example the Huskarl. It benefits from standard archer upgrades, as well as the unique technologies Andean Sling, which removes their minimum range, and Fabric Shield, which gives them and Kamioks and Eagles +1 and +2 armor. You're going to want to get that upgrade for sure. Finally, at number 1, we have the Shravamsha Rider. This unit is a unique Gurjar unit that's created at the stable. The Shravamsha Rider has an ability no other unit in Age of Empires has, which is the ability to dodge projectiles. Immediately, you might think this only applies to projectiles from archers, skirmishers, and buildings like castles and town centers, basically anything that fires an arrow or something like that. However, this also applies to siege and gunpowder units, and even ranged melee units like the Gebetto or the Throwing Axeman. Since the Shravamsha Rider only costs 70 food and 20 gold, is able to get insane value in early Castle Age when matching up against crossbow masses, and is exceptional at raiding your opponent's economy in the late game, thanks to their ability to dodge the fire from castles and town centers in your opponent's base. If you're not convinced yet as to why I have them ranked at number 1, let's hear from Dave during his casting of a recent NAC match.
And he knew what Harold would be bringing his way today, and here he is.
Another villager
And another villager gets sniped.
Oh, they're such an annoying unit.
Yep.
I just want this unit gone from the game.
No, too late, dude. Too late.
Yeah,
you gotta give up.
Too far.
You gotta give up.
Well guys, that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk about in this video. The 2 units that didn't make it on the list were the Spanish Missionary and the Berber's Genitor. While both of these have uses, it's kind of hard to justify ranking them above the units that I already made on this list. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and comment down below if you didn't. Thanks guys, have a good one.